Hello, I'm here at the Consorzio di Brunello di Montalcino, and I just want to explain how we do our tasting. The Consorzio is based here in the center of Montalcino, and they collect all the samples from all the producers so that we can taste them. As you can see, they have our tasting set up for us. The samples come here, and then Maria Grazia, who's been helping me, organizes them all for Wine Enthusiast and for other magazines that are also requesting the tasting. They send 2 bottles of each wine so that if one is corked or if there's something wrong with it, we have a second bottle. And then you follow through here, and this is the tasting room. As you can see, these are all the samples they've sent. We have about 120 or so samples of Brunello di Montalcino 206. And then starting here, we have Brunello di Montalcino 206 vineyard selections. And then we have some 205 reservas. As you can see, all the bottles are covered and numbered, and they'll be tasted. And then we'll take the covers off at the very end to see who got the high scores. Okay, we're in the Fiaschetteria, which is the old drinking hole of Montalcino, located right here in the center of town. You can see all the beautiful bottles behind me. I've just finished tasting all the 206 Brunellos, and I wanted to give a couple of impressions of my thoughts of the vintage. In terms of an evaluation of the vintage, I know that the Consorzio has awarded the 206 vintage 5 stars, which is the maximum number of stars available for Brunello. For my scale, on the Wine Enthusiast 100-point scale, I think the 206 is a 92 or 93-point vintage. It's definitely in the excellent range. I'm curious about 207 because a lot of producers are very excited about that coming out next year, which we think will be in the classic, the high range of the classic range. 206 still shows a little bit of thinness in the mouth, but I like it because it's an elegant thinness. And what really sets it apart is that we finally have unity between the producers, because I think you could argue that in years past there were 2 very distinct styles, really big wines and really thin wines, the modern wines and the traditional wines. And now this all seems to have kind of converged to the center, and we have a Brunello style which shares both elements but definitely veers more towards the traditional side, which is a very nice thing because it's almost like a rediscovery of Sangiovese, a rediscovery of Montalcino, and a rediscovery of this territory. It's almost as if Brunello 206 is a more confident wine. It shows that it really can stand on its 2 feet. It's gone through difficult moments in the past, and it's now standing alone and saying, this is what I am, I'm going to express Sangiovese, which it hasn't always done in the past. And that's why I think this makes the 206 is a very special vintage. And again, I argue it represents a new chapter for Montalcino and a new face of Brunello di Montalcino. So after having tasted 125 206 Brunello di Montalcinos, 17 vineyard designate 206 Brunellos, and 21 reservas, chin chin.